From everything you've studied and understand, what does it take to achieve mastery in racing? Like, what does it take to become the best race car driver in the world?
Obsession is part of it. When I read and hear about Senna and the other greats, they were just singularly focused. Max Verstappen is the current champion of the world, and he is the same kind. Max has been fascinating to watch. I mean, he's a phenomenal race car driver, but he also literally does nothing else. When he's not at the racetrack, he's driving sim racing. Like, he's literally in video games doing more racing when he's not doing all the racing he's already doing.
Is there a specific skill they have that like stands out to you as supernatural through all of that obsession? Like, what is it? A bunch of factors, or are they actually able to, like you said, develop a sense? Is it they're able to get to the very edge of the slip?
They're able to develop very fine-tuned sensibilities for when the car is sliding. They can feel just these tiny moments or movements in the chassis that transports up, usually through their ass. That's why you call it like a butt meter that goes up, and you feel like the car is loose, or you feel like you're just about to lock up. You can really hone that tuning. Then the other thing is you have to have really good reaction time. And when you look at great Formula One drivers, they can generally have a reaction time of just under 200 milliseconds, which is awesome. And even 10 milliseconds difference makes a huge difference. You'll see it when the Formula One grid, for example, they do a standing start and you see the 5 red lights come on. And when the last light goes out, they're supposed to release the clutch and get going. And they can time this. So you can see exactly who has the reaction time. And even being off by 20 milliseconds can make the difference of whether you're in front or behind at the first corner.
How much of winning is also just this strategy of jostling for position?
There's some of that. And some of it is also just nerve. Who wants it more? That's exactly when that sense of danger comes in. There's a great quote from Fernando Alonso when he was driving at Suzuka against Schumacher, I think. They're coming up to this incredibly fast corner. It's very dangerous. And Alonso basically accounts, I was going to make the pass because I knew he had a wife and kids at home.
That's so gangster.
Just absolutely ruthless, right?
Wow.
That I knew he valued life more than I did. So there's a bit of poker sometimes in that. Who's going to yield? There's a bit of chicken race in that regard. And sometimes it doesn't work. No one yields and you both crash. But very often, one person will blink first.
Can the pass be both on the inside and the outside? Or is
you can pass wherever you want as long as you have just a slight part of the car on the racetrack.
And then you just improvise and take risks. What a sport. And then Senna, of course, is like a legendary risk taker.
Yes. And even before him, by the time, I mean, he died in the 90s. But by the time we got to the 90s, racing was already a lot safer than it was when Niki Lauda raced in the 60s. That level of danger is no longer there. There's still just a remnant of it, and it is still dangerous, but nothing like that. And it's a little hard to compare through the ages, like who's the greatest driver of all time. I think there's a fair argument that Senna is, but we don't have the data. We don't know who he was up against. Like, how would he fare if we pitted him against Max Verstappen today? I do think sometimes that you can have a bit of a nostalgia for the all-time greats, but the world moves forward and new records are being set all the time and the professionalism keeps improving. Sometimes to the detriment of the sport, I think there's a lot of professional drivers who are not only just very good at driving, but are very good at being corporate spokespeople. And it used to be quite different. There used to be more characters in racing that had a bit more personality that they were allowed to shine because there weren't a billion sponsorships on the line that they were afraid to lose.